Mr. Maddog Angus, we are back for episode 2 of Barbed Wire, brought to you by TNT Extreme Wrestling. Maddog, welcome back. I'm so thrilled to be doing these hype shows, Barbed Wire, with you, episode 2. I can't wait, my friend. How you feeling?
Absolutely brilliant, John, as yet, and hyped. But bit of rock music at the start really got me going there. This is going to be an epic hype show. We've got so much coming to Liverpool this weekend. It's going to be a crazy weekend. Saturday, the 27th, right here in Liverpool. It's going to be madness. We've got TNT Ignition Outrage. We've got Summer Explosion. Cannot wait. It's going to be a very special one for all our fans in Liverpool and anyone traveling from anywhere else around the UK. And obviously, we are excited for it. It's going to be something really special. And on the back of our previous 4 shows that we had at the start of June, it's going to be a Summer Explosion, Johners.
Absolutely, it certainly is. And of course, as we alluded to, as Mike just said, we've got 2 shows that we're going to be hyping up in episode 2 of this live edition of Barbed Wire, Outrage, brought to you by TNT Ignition and Summer Explosion, both on July the 27th. This coming Saturday, Mike, lots of action going down from Fusion in Liverpool. Doors open at 1:30 for a 2 o'clock first bell for Outrage. And then things kick off at 7 p.m. for Summer Explosion. So it's going to be a packed day of wrestling action over in Liverpool. I can't wait. But you mentioned just a moment ago that there was 4 incredible shows that happened. What was that? I think we got a bit of interference, but we'll get back to that. So, I mean, obviously, we're celebrating 10 years of TNT, Mike. And June the 1st and June the 2nd from Fusion, we had 4 back-to-back shows with some of the greatest independent stars from the UK, Europe, dare I say it, the world, gracing the TNT Ignition and the TNT Extreme Ring over that weekend. You were there for the whole weekend. You were there for the entire weekend, Mike. What do you remember? Hell of a weekend.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. It was great to welcome the guys from BZW over. And obviously, I remember that suit I was wearing. We had 7 detached retinas after that suit that had to get treated by the medics. So, yeah, somebody said that
Unbelievable.
Looked like Pablo Picasso had been sick on me. So I do like to keep everyone entertained. And that was certainly something a little bit special. But it was absolutely brilliant 4 shows that we had over that weekend. Tate Mayfair's versus Connor Mills was absolutely brilliant. It was wonderful to welcome Charlie Evans back to the UK as well. She was on top form. Of course, Session Moth there just popping up on the screen. Always brilliant. And the guys from BZW, it was brilliant to welcome them to the UK. They put on some amazing matches. Really impressed by Aigle Blanc. Great to see Tristan Archer in action.
Absolutely.
It just was a really special weekend to celebrate 10 years of TNT Extreme Wrestling in Liverpool. And I was very proud to ring announce those 4 shows over the weekend and still keep my voice by the end of it as well. So, yeah.
And that thrill kill tournament to cap off the weekend, it was brutal. I mean, look at that. Lou Nixon, Brandon, Tim Strange there.
That was horrific. That was one of the first times I've seen Brandon Iron used at TNT Extreme Wrestling. Obviously, seen Terry Funk back in the day with it, but that was a TNT Extreme Brandon Iron to Tim Strange there, and was suitably impressed by Tim Strange over the weekend. And of course, B.A. Rose there picking up the big win at Thrill Kill. It was a brutal, brutal deathmatch tournament, as we see at TNT. Tomby had to get taken away to the hospital during the show, and there was all sorts of injuries. Drew Parker, unfortunately, had to go to hospital at the end of the show, and he was, but he put in an absolute epic performance in the Thrill Kill tournament. And B.A. Rose got his reward, the chainsaw there, the Thrill Kill chainsaw that you can see. And let's just hope he's not using that as a weapon this week when he's in action against Big Effin' Joe, the TNT Extreme Division champion. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be violent in Liverpool this Saturday. Cannot wait, Johners.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we are going to be breaking down all the matches through TNT Ignition Outrage very, very soon. And we, as we always do on these live editions of Barbed Wire, we will have some live guests. We have not just 1, not 2, but 3 live guests joining us on this live edition of Barbed Wire. So you want to stay tuned right through to the end. And our first guest will be joining us very, very soon. But we want to be talking about this show here first. And it's going to be Ignition Outrage. From Fusion in Liverpool, July the 27th, this coming Saturday. And just to kind of, give you a little bit of a taster as far as what you can be expecting, here's a little bit of a hype video to show you what Ignition and Outrage is going to be all about.
Play the beat, are we recording it? Okay, sweet, let me slaughter it. Like Just Eat, I just ordered it. Fuck a little bit, I want all of it. Tell him make sure it's proportionate. GP, I just sorted it. ET, I just orbited. Tell him drop the coordinates. I'm in a spaceship, I'm just orbiting. And I'm making bread like a Warburton. Got antiques, we're not auctioning. Got 3 2s and a Scorpion. Make your time travel like DeLorean. I got fans now, let me talk to them. These cap rappers need cautioning. If I plant a seed, it needs watering. Free bro, man, it's torturing. We was in the block and he tortured them. In an old cell, it's Victorian. Had to read books, historian. No food and he taunted them. Seen people dying, it haunted them. Can't break us, we're not porcelain. Free steel, I went to war with them. And I've been at war, I'm surviving it. Real shit, I could have died in it. Crime rates, I was rising it. When I went to jail, it declined a bit. Give me jail time and I'm riding it. I don't like your rap cause you lied in it. Rap's dead, we're reviving it. Give me 20 mil and I'm signing it. This 38's got binding it. Like Lunas, I put 5 in it. Make your ears ring when I'm fighting it. Still whipping up with bicarbonate. Don't dance, but I'm Millie rock with a 9 milli. Do the Millie bop when you chase dreams like Meek Mill. That I'm freaky shit like Diddy was. Fuck you, go, cause I've been a boss. Want it done, pick her up. Get the ghost to come sit him off. All that jail time, bro, it's been a loss. 10 years, I just did a lot. Had to read books when I was in the block. I know they're pissed off that I didn't rock. Couldn't give a fuck if they live or not. When I'm in the field, like I'm in a cop. Trap hard like a trap star in a George can with these little rocks. Whip it until it locks. Free the boys that it in a cell. Rest in peace the ones that it in the box. Gotta ride around with this glizzy cock. Turn your Monster X to a mini top. Razor blade when I'm in the walk. Wish I would've learned how to pick a lock. Rid it all and I didn't flop. Tin of tuna stuffed in a sock. When he shipped me out I had missing prop. Lightweight and I wish it was, but
And Michael, we're going to talk about this match first of all. One of the most anticipated matches happening this coming Saturday at Outrage. RPD and Lycos Gym will be taking on the Temple of Malum and their new member. And just to kind of whet the taste buds, we've actually got a special guest. And we promised special guests on this episode of Barbed Wire. And we have none other than RPD. RPD joining us live on the Barbed Wire show. RPD, welcome to Barbed Wire. You are live across the nation to all the fans of TNT on Facebook, YouTube, and X. How you doing, my friend?
Hello, fellas. How we doing? You okay?
Great to see you, RPD. Great to see you, mate.
Great to speak to you, lads. Great to speak to you.
Like so, just a few days from seeing you in action, teaming up in that 6-man alongside Lycos Gym, taking on Temple of Malum and their mystery new member. Let's say just a few days out, RPD. Where's the mind at the moment? Where's your head at? What are you thinking?
I feel good. I never had an issue with Temple of Malum. They had an issue with me. They got involved in my title match and they cost me the thing that I care about most at TNT Ignition. I've never made it any secret that my mission was always to become TNT champion. I did that. I held it for a year. I say it to Maddog. I say it to everybody. That place is my house. Them fans are for me. When I walk out there, I do it for them. And I lost that title, but I lost that title because of them boys. And so now it's payback time.
Absolutely. Mike, have you got any questions for our special guest, RPD?
Of course. Well, obviously, we've seen Temple and Malum in action before. Both absolutely brilliant competitors, both big lads, RPD. And I know you'll step up to anyone being a tough guy yourself and having all the heart in the world. But I am concerned, very concerned at TNT this weekend that they're saying they've got a mystery partner who's going to be joining them. With them pair are bad enough as it is, but with a third member of Temple and Malum, they are going to be absolutely something to take on. It's going to be tough work for you, my friend. Have you got any inkling who this secret partner could be at all, or is it?
I haven't got a clue. But I'll be dead honest with you. I don't really care. If I'm 100% honest, I don't care because whoever it is going to have to be really good. I hope they're as good as they think they're going to be because I've brought debatably the best team in the country. I've got the current TNT Tag Team Champions with me. 2 Wolves. And we're ready to go. We're ready. We are ready to go. I hope they're as bad as they keep telling everybody they are.
Certainly a formidable team yourself and Lycos Gym, of course. Lycos Gym, wrestled the tag belts away from La Rebellion. So that's, shows how good they are. And of course, Kid Lycos himself is the current Progress champion. So absolutely formidable tag team yourselves. But I'm just very concerned that knowing what Temple of Malum are like, I just dread to think who they've got in their corner this weekend coming up. It could be problematic, but we'll see. We'll have to see.
I'm sure whoever it is will be very dangerous, but as I say, I'm very dangerous, and I've got two of potentially the best wrestlers in the country with me. I honestly believe that, like you say, Kid Lycos is a Progress champion. They're together. Kid Lycos and Kid Lycos 2 are the TNT tag team champions. I can't choose a current team more on form than that. So I fancy our chances. I've always fancied my chances against the Temple of Malum. But what's let me down is the numbers game. The numbers game has let me down, and I had to learn from them mistakes. And I like to think that now we've got a plan in place that we'll be able to deal with them.
Absolutely. Well, we know that you like to kind of train hard in the ring, train hard in the boxing ring as well. How have you been preparing for this coming show on Saturday for TNT Ignition? And how do you think you're going to gel with the two Lycos boys?
Well, in terms of my own training, I'm a diligent trainer. I have been for 15 years in any form of combat that I'm committed to, and right now it's professional wrestling. That has been for 5 years, and I take it 100% serious. Anyone who knows me knows how serious I take pro wrestling, and my aim is always to be the very best I can be. And believe me, on Saturday I will be the very, very, very best version of me that'll be rocking up. As for the Lycos boys, I'm excited to work with them. I know how good they are. I know the reputation that precedes them. I also know that I'm not really known as being a team player, and that has let me down in the past. I am more singles focused. I'm aware of that, but I'd like to think that the experience of the Lycos boys can bring us all together in this 6-man, and together we can prevail.
Absolutely. Let me ask you one final question. And of course, you mentioned that you were the TNT Ignition champion for over a year, RPD, and not thinking too far ahead. But kind of you must have, a bit of a game plan, a bit of a map that you want to follow towards maybe regaining that championship somewhere down the line. Where's your thought process regarding possibly regaining or achieving that goal once more in your career with TNT?
Absolutely. Like, that title belongs to me. It belongs to me. And mark my words, and you can put this down now, I will become the first 2-time TNT Ignition champion. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. But first, I deal with the reason that I don't have it right now. Once I've dealt with the reason I don't have it right now, and that's the Temple of Malum, then I come back for MVK because we still got business to attend to.
There we go. But any final thoughts or final questions for our guest, Maddog, before we say goodbye to RPD?
Just want to say, absolutely very proud of this individual. Somebody works so hard in the gym and obviously transitioned so well from boxing to professional wrestling as a consummate professional. He's viewed so highly all around the world by his peers and other wrestlers, including people like William Regal, who speaks so highly of him. Obviously, Blackpool native, but the fans are always behind this guy, and the fans, you're going to need the fans in your corner this weekend, and I know they'll be there for you. And just keep showing them what you can do, mate. And we're looking forward to seeing how your career progresses even more.
Thank you, Maddog. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, well done, RPD, and we look forward to catching you on Sunday at Ignition's Outrage. But there we go, and fans of TNT Ignition are looking forward to seeing you back in the ring and to see what the future holds for RPD. But thank you very much, my friend, and we'll see you down the road. Catch you soon.
See you Saturday.
Go, boy.
There we go. What a way to kick off the show, Maddog. What a way to kick off the show. And I think with that, like I say, we've spoken about that match there. And obviously the intrigue is going to be who their third member of Temple of Malum is going to be. We know that Lycos Gym, they've got their game plan. They've got their sights very firmly set. But I think the monkey wrench is definitely going to be is who's that unannounced member of Temple of Malum going to be. We don't know. But you can find out simply by being there. Just go to skiddle.com today and get your tickets for TNT Ignition Outrage Saturday, the 27th of July, right now. And don't be that one that misses out, because that match alone is going to be one to watch for sure. But let's continue. And we thank RPD so much for joining us there as a guest. And we hope to have him on future episodes of Barbed Wire. And let's talk about this, because TNT are supporting kind. And of course, they are a Liverpool-based charity who are kind of supporting children and families in the local community, disadvantaged children and families from across Liverpool and Merseyside. And Jay Joshua will be there to support in a meet and greet. So yeah, go and see Jay Joshua and donate what you can to the kind charity. Then we've got this match here to look forward to. Judas versus Senza Volto versus Jimmy Jackson in a triple threat match. This one's going to be a fantastic match to look forward to on Saturday at Ignition Outrage, Mike.
Yeah, could well steal the show, that one there. Judas has been particularly impressive. Obviously saw Judas at Comic-Con was the first time I was made aware of them, and some of the stuff they did there was absolutely insane, and has since been back and caused numerous pieces of mischief around TNT Extreme Wrestling. So, yeah, Judas always an interesting competitor to watch. Obviously, welcoming back Senza Volto, who was with the BZW guys at the last show, but was unable to compete due to injury. But very excited to see Senza back in action. Always an absolutely super talented individual. And talking about super talented individuals, Jimmy Jackson himself, the 5-star attraction, who pulls off some of the craziest things I've ever seen in TNT. Sort of circus skills and just some of the high flying action that Jimmy Jackson brings. That match could very well steal the show. What a triple threat that's going to be.
Indeed. And let's talk about this one here. A number one contenders match, Mike, for the TNT Ignition Women's Championship. Two individuals that know each other very, very well, that they're going to be going face to face to see who is the new number one contender for the Ignition Women's Championship. ZZ versus Ivy. This is going to be a fantastic match, one to watch as well.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see ZZ and Karen back in action. I mean, Ivy, sorry.
Whoa. She might be watching.
She's absolutely... I'm going to have to bring... I'm guessing I'm going to need my ear defenders for that, because, the decibel levels just go out the window when Ivy is about. So one of the loudest competitors in the UK, and definitely probably the most complaints I've ever had posted from one wrestler online, and via different forms, including post, email, text messages, WhatsApps. I've never known somebody to complain so much, but there you have it. And ZZ, a very skilled competitor who has obviously learned a lot from Ivy, I believe, but somebody who is super talented and who is still very young. Looking forward to seeing how her career progresses as well. And the first time I was made aware of ZZ was at Siren's Fury a couple of years back, I believe, and just been super impressive. I've seen her wrestle quite a lot at PEW, Phenomenal Elite Wrestling down in Stratford-upon-Avon, Ettington there, and very impressive. And that'll be a really tough match. And, it'd be interesting to see who comes out on top there. And whoever does will be the new number one contender for the TNT Ignition Women's Championship. So exciting times, Jonas. But who's your money on in that one, Jonas?
Well, I'll tell you, hey, whenever I've seen ZZ in action, she's always impressed me with her size and her power. I think power for power, one of the most powerful women on the circuit in 2024. And like I say, they know each other very, very well. You could say this is a student versus the master match. But Ivy, she's been in the game a while. She knows how to manipulate people. And let's say she knows ZZ as well as ZZ knows Ivy. So I'm sure Ivy's going to pull out some tricks. One of the very best characters and heels in the business. That's going to be a fantastic match. And of course, let's not forget the winner becomes the new number one contender to the Ignition Women's Championship. And we'll talk more about that in a moment. We've had a few people reach out to us. And of course, we are live. So if you are watching us live on TNT's YouTube page or TNT's Facebook page, then welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please interact with the show. Let us know what matches you're looking forward to. Let us know who you think are going to win any of the matches we've spoken about so far, or any of the matches you're looking forward to witnessing. and tell us if you're going to be there or not. And tell us, some of your favorite moments from TNT past. We've had a few people reach out to us already, and we've got Richie watching us live at home. Hey, Richie, Jonas, Maddog, we missed you. It's been a little while since we've done one of these, and thank you so much, Richie, and everybody else for watching at home. And we got Charlie Carruthers himself, Tinky Winky. Hello, guys. Looking forward to another fantastic day from TNT Extreme Wrestling on Saturday.
Careful, Thomas, careful. He's a hardcore champion, that man. You have to be careful what you say around him.
A wrestling champion. Charlie, thank you so much for watching. Keep sending
He's hardcore. He's hardcore. He's hardcore.
Keep sending in your questions and your comments. But this is great fun. But get in touch with the show, interact with us, and thank you so much for watching. Let's talk about this one here. This is a very intriguing match. And we've got Effie and Ali Catch back over here on UK shores, back over here in a TNT Ignition ring. And this time against FTM. And now this is going to be a fantastic match. Two local lads, two Scousers going up against Effie and Ali Catch. This is going to be a fun match, and I can't wait to watch this one. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Effie and Ali Catch, two absolute worldwide superstars. When we were in Philadelphia earlier in the year, just to see them, how they're adored by the fans over in the States and everywhere they go. And it's so great to see that they're both doing so well, and brilliant that they're back over in Liverpool. But they could run into problems when they run into the finely tuned machine, FTM, as they are known. Critchy was absolutely causing chaos at the last set of shows. Me and him nearly had an altercation. Bearing in mind I'm doing the ring announcing, and he was threatening me. Tom McCall as well is always trouble. But these two are two of the best young athletes coming out of Liverpool at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see how they get on. I'm slightly concerned that Effie and Ali might teach them a bit of a lesson, but we'll have to see how that goes down, especially on a family-friendly show on Saturday. So, looking forward to that. Could be interesting. And I don't know how Critchy's going to behave himself, but if he comes anywhere near me, I'll tell you, Critchy, lad, you're going to be in big trouble, mate.
You need your own armed guard, your own security. I think 10 years in the business, you deserve it by now, Mike, but especially on Saturday when Critchy is anywhere nearby. Just protect yourself, look after yourself there. But of course, we're talking about this here, Ignition Outrage, July the 27th, just a few days around the corner this coming Saturday. Get your tickets now. Skiddle.com is where you need to be heading. Get your tickets for Outrage and Summer Explosion, which we'll be talking about very, very soon. But let's keep things rolling then, Mike, and let's talk about this one here. Now, I don't believe that this is for any championship, but you've got one half of the TNT Tag Team Champions, Rio, going up against the current TNT Ultra X champion, Man Like DeReese. Two of the very best workers in the UK, dare I say it, the world. They are world travelers, performing all over the world, doing the business, winning championships, performing with the very best because they are the very best. Rio and Man Like DeReese, this is going to be a scorcher, Mike. Can't wait for this one.
Yeah, really interesting matchup. Two of the absolute cream of the crop. Saw them both north the other weekend, and obviously seen them work all over the world. Two absolutely brilliant superstars, top of our UK business at the moment, clashing with each other. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting because they know each other very well. They've worked together numerous times, and I haven't seen them wrestle against each other that often, though, to be honest. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup, and they are two of the best. So I'm expecting a lot from that match. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be like a 7-star banger. That one, to be fair, and merch will be sold because DeReese is there.
100%. He'll guide you towards he'll drag you towards the merch stand if he needs to. But we'll talk more about Man Like DeReese a bit later on because he does have a match later on that evening at Summer Explosion. We'll talk about that very, very soon. But we're whizzing through these matches. And let's have a little look at this one here. And it's the big one. It's the main event of Ignition Outrage, and it's for the TNT Ignition Championship. MVK versus Jay Joshua. This is a big one. And this has it's definitely beef between these two. There's definitely heat between these two. We were fortunate enough to catch up with Jay Joshua. Did you see that?
What was that, Jones?
We saw something similar earlier. I'm getting a little bit freaked out. I think my connection's okay. Okay, let's hope. So if you're watching at home, we're sorry about that. I'll try and figure out what's going on there.
You're getting hacked, Jonas.
I'm not happy. But Jay Joshua did reach out and did send a promo in for our loyal TNT viewers and a message to VMK. Let's hear what Jay Joshua had to say.
Life after death. But are you ready to die? That's what he always said. But yeah, you didn't show up. Why? MVK faking a goddamn injury. Who's he think he is? Nah, man. He ain't running from me forever. Why? Only just because he's big, he's bad? Yeah, but you fought no one. You ain't fought me, bro. I'm sicker than the average. All I want to do is catch bodies. And you're next. Well, along with the catching your body, I'm gonna catch you this entire. So the 27th of July? Who knows? I ain't running. You gonna run again? Say less.
There we go. Jay Joshua accusing the champion MVK of running, of, dare I say it, faking an injury and kind of swerving Jay Joshua when those two are meant to have faced at the last show. But MVK also sent us a video in response to Jay Joshua's message there. And let's just play that one because MVK is not a happy boy. Here's what he had to say.
Yo, whoa. Hey, bro, let me call you back. Matter of fact, me, your TNT Ignition champion, MVK. I've got a message for someone. Jay Joshua, I seen your promo video.
MVK, faking a goddamn injury. Who's he think he is?
I seen you calling me out. I seen and I hear you saying I faked an injury. You're saying things what you don't know.
You ain't running from me forever.
I've never in my life heard of you. I don't even know who you are. You're saying that I wrestle nobodies?
But you fought no one.
The only nobodies around here is you. You're saying you want to catch bodies?
All I want to do is catch bodies, and you're next.
You ain't no killer. The only killer around here is me. The most valuable killer. The baddest man in British wrestling.
So the 27th of July? Who knows? I ain't ready.
July 27th at Outrage, you're going to find out exactly who I am, what I do.
You gonna run again? Say less.
The only body what's going to get left in the ring is you. You're going to be a nobody too. So get the hell out of my children.
Mike, it's on. The Ignition Championship. MVK versus Jay Joshua. This has been a rivalry that's been heating up over the weeks and over the months. And these two, I think, that they've spoken a good game. They've thrown their barbs, their promos. You know, I think are getting us all excited for what's going to be a phenomenal main event of Outrage on Saturday. I can't wait for this one. I think it's a match that's worth the price of admission, and it's a heated rivalry, and it's a fantastic main event between two big heavyweights.
Well, yeah, I've always been really impressed with Jay Joshua every time I've seen him in action, but I'm very, very concerned for him that he may have bitten off more than he can chew on this occasion, because MVK says he's the most valuable killer, and he certainly is. He's had a horrific change in attitude since he's won that championship. He was already dangerous, and then this shift in attitude as well has made him even more lethal. And there's a suggestion, from Jay Joshua there that he skipped the show, but the opponent he was meant to be facing was a surprise. It was a surprise opponent who was going to be facing. So I think MVK might have just been smart on this occasion and just thought, I don't know who I'm facing. I'm not taking the risk of putting my TNT Ignition Championship on the line. Whether there was an injury or not, I don't know. But I know Jay Joshua, enraging this beast, the lion himself. You don't poke a lion, Jonas, and MVK is going to be on the prowl on Saturday, and I really worry. Jay Joshua's a tough guy. He's a brilliant wrestler, but MVK on his day could tear anybody to pieces, and this could be absolutely brutal, and it's happening outrage. And I tell you what, MVK is outraged, and he is going to show it. Yeah. Very worried for Joshua.
You say that, and I think Jay Joshua has got under the collar. He's got MVK hot under the collar. But what are the chances that he's kind of antagonized MVK to the point of distraction? And that could be an advantage to Jay Joshua. And Jay Joshua could go in almost winning the psychological game, Mike.
John, as I've seen MVK antagonized before, and the person's funeral was a moving occasion. It's
true.
It's gonna be carnage. It's gonna be carnage. And Jay Joshua, as tough as he is, I just don't think he's gonna be able to take one MVK can hand out. And MVK, I've seen him brutalize people in the past. He was throwing KC Payne, the Pain King, about like he was a bag of sand at the last show. I've never known anyone to manhandle the big guy KC Payne like that before. And KC was impressive. He battled away, but MVK was just too dominant on that day. And I am, as I've said, I am very concerned for Jay Joshua. And MVK, I believe, when he says he doesn't know who Jay Joshua is, I don't know if I think that might be a bit of mind games of his own there, but I know for sure Jay Joshua it's going to be one of the toughest days in this man's wrestling career. And if he comes away with that TNT Ignition Championship, I'm going to be, congratulate him, but then I'll help walk him to the hospital, because I tell you what, he's going to be battered and he is going to be beaten in that matchup. I'll tell you that for nothing.
Absolutely. We've got Liam watching us live at home. Hey, Liam. Liam Kenwright watching us live via Facebook Live. Lucy Sky is a TNT head of the table. She better get her title back this weekend. Can't wait to be there for the huge match. And we'll be talking to Lucy Sky at the end of the show. So stay tuned. If you're a fan of Lucy Sky, want to hear her in her very own words, how she plans to regain her TNT Ignition Women's Championship. And her storied rivalry feud with Casey and how we got us to this point, then stay tuned to the very end, because you're not going to want to miss that. But very soon we'll be joined by our second guest of the night. And we haven't let on who that guest is going to be, but we'll let you in on who that guest is going to be very, very soon. But we're going to be talking about TNT Extreme Wrestling Summer Explosion very, very soon, Mike. But we do have a little bit of a hype package to get us in the mood. Here we go.
Power, you get me? What? What you saying, man?
You ain't ever heard a sound like this. The beat so sick, the flow so crisp. About time I put my city on the map with a Java track, and it goes like this. You ain't ever heard the scouts like this. The beat so sick, the flow so crisp. About time I put my city on the map with a Java track, and it goes like this. I got the boys in the back, 0.5s in the bag, in the finest, the flaps all night on the graph, no light, just slaps on the nitrous gas, 2 pipes to the back of the F-base jack. Scouts says you know that we be drilling. Liverpool, yeah, we got the finest women, hair whipping and hip dipping. Scouts accent got the females dripping, wet like they just went swimming. No, we ain't kidding. Bro, got the city on me back and it's killing. Wanna put me city on the map, we stay winning. Grown from the city of graph, we stay spinning. Punters all broke the trap, we straight filling. Lyrics just flowing the track as they spitting. Bullet boys with the Cali pack, stay billing. I'm a scouser, but I'm still bad boy chilling. You ain't ever heard the scouts like this. The beat so sick, the flow so crisp. About time I put my city on the map with a Java track, and it goes like this. You ain't ever heard the scouts like this. The beat so sick, the flow so crisp. About time I put my city on the map with a Java track, and it goes like this. You ain't ever heard the scouts like this. The beat so sick, the flow so crisp. About time I put my city on the map with a Java track, and it goes like this. You ain't ever heard the scouts like this. The The beat so sick, the flow so crisp. About time I put my city on the map with a Java track, and it goes like this. I came through like Sluggy, what you saying, A? I put it all on the chips, that mayonnaise. I said the hips don't lie, she don't play no games. The whip so fly, no paper planes. The whip so sick, no vaccine. Mercy sap, police, they can't catch me. I made so I get left in the back streets. I put your beard in the back fake taxi. After a patsy, it's looking up a jacksy. Bro, I got the energy, no, you can't match me. Bro, what you telling me flows are so nasty. I'm in a blender, jacks will drive right past me. Flow so cold, bro, Eskimo. We got the bricks, the snow, and the bits on the phone to get licked on the road, bro. Twisted and go on a mission for the dough. Ask anyone, bro, been about for time, about to shine. And back, bro, the crown is mine in my mind. I've been here 1,000.
There we go. I think that certainly got me in the mood for TNT Extreme Summer Explosion. But let's not wait any longer to bring our second guest on of this Barbed Wire live episode 2. And I'm going to introduce none other than Veronica Salt joining us live on Barbed Wire. How are you doing? TNT Extreme host. But great to have you on Barbed Wire. I'm John, as you know, Maddog. How are you feeling? How are you doing tonight?
I am absolutely buzzing. I'm so happy to be talking to you as well. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I can't wait to see you on Saturday.
100%,
So excited.
And we're just days away from 2 fantastic shows from TNT, Ignition Outrage and TNT Extreme Summer Explosion, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But for any of our TNT fans or viewers tuning in that might not be too familiar with you, tell us a little bit about your role and your involvement with TNT Extreme Wrestling.
Well, I've been in the wrestling industry for about the past 10 years. I've been a manager, backstage interviewer. I've got extensive experience with backstage producing. But first and foremost, I was a fan of TNT for a very, very long time. It was one of the very few promotions that I was willing to travel for hours and hours just to show up, just to get a piece of the action and just see what it was all about. It's so, so exciting. And that's when I met Jay. And Jay's been trying to get me on board for years, and he finally did it. Sign.
Fantastic. Mike, have you got any questions for Veronica, especially looking ahead to the 2 fantastic shows we're looking forward to from TNT on Saturday?
Oh, no, I'm just going to say it's been an absolute joy to have Veronica join the team. She does an amazing job backstage, catching them interviews and things. Really great to work with you. And I know you have a brilliant time when you've been down in Liverpool with us. So looking forward to it. But Summer Explosion is always one of my favourite shows of the year. We've got some amazing history at Summer Explosion of shows we've had in the past. There's been some epic matches, but this weekend's shaping up to be something really special. Is there a match in particular that you're looking forward to this weekend, Veronica, at all?
I mean, what a show to choose from. I mean, initially with my type of the matches that I'm more drawn to personally, Big F and Joe and B.A. Rose. B.A. Rose is scary footage they sent in to TNT. That scary stuff. It was like a horror film. Now, those 2 going face to face is going to be something else, because Big F and Joe is someone to contend with. He's a tough guy. He goes on and he wrestles in his knickers and nobody mentions it. That's how tough he is. No
Too scared to bring it up. Too scared to even mention it to the guy.
No, I hope he's not watching. But nobody even mentions it. It's absolutely amazing. And so, of course, I'm really looking forward to the drama, to the violence of that one. But the big money match, in my opinion, is Tate Mayfair's versus Effie. There's going to be a lot of drama in that, of course. Tate Mayfair is going to hit a tantrum. We all know him. We all know what he's like. He's going to have a tantrum 100%. At some point in the match, and Effie is going to prod that until he does take a tantrum. It's going to be full of drama. Now, Tate, is he a good champion? I have to give him his dues. I think he's a good champion. He defends that belt from region to region, underlining it being a world championship. So is he good for that title? Yes, absolutely. Effie as our champion would open up whole new doors, not just for him as a competitor, but for TNT Extreme Wrestling as a whole. It opens up an entire new region. This match isn't just changing the trajectory of these 2 opponents individually, it's changing the trajectory of the company as a whole. It's 2 separate timelines. which one is it going to go down? And it's going to be, I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to that match and just to see how it's all going to play out in real time.
Absolutely. Let me ask you, I'm not entirely sure if you were at Thrill Kill last month, early June, but there's always and a little bit of broken glass, dare I say it, at a TNT Extreme show. Is that your kind of thing? Do you like the more violent matches?
Oh yeah, 100%. That is the back kind of thing. When I first got into wrestling, it was like CZW or ECW. It was hardcore matches. That was the stuff that really made me, my little love hearts in my eyes like just light up. I thought this is absolutely fantastic. I'm involved in the deathmatch scene. As we speak, I've got some glass cuts in places that I don't even want to mention. I am all about deathmatch wrestling. I'm all about it. It's just amazing. It's incredible what these people put their bodies through just for our entertainment. It's a big up to anyone that's involved. It's just incredible.
Absolutely. Mike, any final questions for our guest before we send Veronica Salt off? Looking forward to Saturday, of course, but any final questions for our guest tonight?
Just don't try this at home from all the violence we've just heard there. But we've seen some amazing sort of deathmatch wrestlers at TNT. There's been some crazy matches. I've seen injuries. I've seen people getting carted off to hospital before. You know, we obviously Tom be back on track now after the last show, but that was a horrific wound that we saw him incur in that show, and Drew Parker as well as took some crazy injuries we've seen at TNT. But yeah, I'm just wondering, who was your favorite sort of deathmatch wrestler of all time? Would you say, Veronica?
Oh my good Terry Funk.
We spoke about him earlier briefly, talking about the branding iron. So yeah, of course, what a legend, the Funker himself.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's the first name that came to my mind, so I'm going to go with that one.
You're not going to get much better than that. But if you've got a message for the TNT fans watching us live at home or on replay, and especially as to why they should be getting tickets, why they should be there in Fusion in Liverpool on Saturday the 27th, not just for Summer Explosion, but for Ignition Outrage earlier on in the day. Why should they be getting their tickets? Why should they be going to skiddle.com and getting their tickets right now?
At TNT Extreme Wrestling, it's not just wrestling you're getting, it is drama, it is atmosphere. I talk to the fans that are there at every single show and they say the same thing. It's not just a wrestling show, it's a rebellion, it's a revolution, and it's something that we want you to be a part of. You have to be there and see it all play out in front of your very eyes. There's nothing like these live events anywhere else in the UK. You need to get your ticket now and experience it for yourself. Come with us on this incredible journey. Just take a shot and you will not be sorry.
There we go. But Veronica Salt, from me, from Maddog, thank you so much for being a wonderful guest on episode 2 of Barbed Wire. And we can't wait to see you on Saturday at TNT Extreme.
I'll see you on Saturday. Love you. Bye.
Thank you. Brilliant. What a fantastic guest. It's brilliant to have Veronica Salt on the stream and gracing us with her presence. But what a fantastic guest.
Oh, brilliant. Absolute star. You know, wonderful to work with her backstage at TNT and, you know, to see her work all around the country, and looking forward to perhaps we need to get some of Veronica's work on the show next time as well, John, so you can check out some of the backstage interviews that she does and highlight some of that sort of style of things. One thing I really wanted to do, John, is that we didn't get a chance to talk about or work on earlier this month was a results sort of show, an update of what the fans have seen, photos, videos of what's happened at the previous shows. I was hoping for episode 3 that we might possibly be able to get an update in the next couple of weeks of what has happened at Summer Explosion and what has happened at Outrage. Maybe give it a week just to settle a touch, after, you know, let the dust settle, and then possibly dive on and let the fans see some of their own videos. Let's see some of the backstage interviews. And then we can build up to what's going to be happening next. That'd be something exciting that I feel like we could do for episode 3. If we can make our calendars work and get everyone on board, that'd be an amazing thing to do, I feel. And I think seeing some of the fans' photos and videos from the last shows is just one of my favorite things, you know, especially, there's been so many photos of that terrible suit I had on that it's just, you know, I'm glad there was people there to capture that, because I doubt it'll, you know, make an appearance ever again after the banter we had with it. But
brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Special treat for everyone there that day. It's like when you look at a solar eclipse, you have to put them glasses on. I'll have to send them up beforehand next time before I wear that again.
Oh, fantastic. But we've had not one but two guests already. We started the show with RPD. We've just had Veronica Salt on as well. We've got one more to come. And as I alluded to, I let the cat out of the bag. Lucy Sky will be on around about the 8 o'clock mark, so about another 20 minutes or so, where she will be telling us how much she's looking forward to getting her hands on Casey and possibly regaining her TNT Ignition Women's Championship. But we'll be speaking to Lucy Sky very, very soon. But let's have a closer look at some of the matches lined up for Summer Explosion this coming Saturday. But let's not forget, we mentioned that Bussy will be in the arena for Ignition Outrage, and they're also going to be in the arena at Summer Explosion. And well, and not only that, they'll be at the TNT Extreme VIP signing. I'm not sure if it's going to be before or after the show. I'm sure information will be on TNT socials, but you definitely want to take advantage of that for sure. But let's talk about this one. Speaking of Extreme VIP, if you are an Extreme VIP, you'll be graced with this tag match, the Skull Brawl versus the Quintessential. Mike, this is going to be a great way to kick off Summer Explosion for those VIP fans.
Yeah, it just shows you've got to get your Extreme VIP ticket, because you never know what's going to be on before the show. As a special treat to be a VIP, you can get you get your first round of drinks in before everyone else gets in there, quick and easy. You can get the best pick and merch. You can the best spot in the arena to watch the show from, and you can obviously see if there's sometimes there's photos before the show, sometimes there's different things. But on this occasion, an amazing matchup between two of the best tag teams around, Skull Brawl, who we worked with, obviously at we're down for Comic Con and back in April, I believe, as well. Lost Boy Aspen and Caleb Valhalla, brilliant tag team. Always great to see them in action. And Caleb, almost reminiscent of one of my favorite movies, For Ragnarok. He's definitely from a different timeline, I'm sure of that.
A bit like Warlord as well, with the face paint going on there.
Well, as Veronica mentioned, we could have a TNT multiverse, but, we could go either way with that main event there, but it could go either way. When Caleb shows up, you just never know. And, of course, Quintessential, absolutely brilliant tag team who I myself have managed at Pro Wrestling Atomic as well in Liverpool. So these guys are two of the best up-and-comers. I've seen them work so hard at places like Wrestle Island and also Off the Page in Warrington and a couple of other shows, Kingdom of Wrestling as well. But these guys are, they're really getting out there and showing each night that they're getting better and better. And obviously they've got that link up with both being brothers. It's like, the Quinlan guys, they've trained for a long time. And Christy and Quinn and Pudrig even will, I'm looking forward to seeing how they get on. The big match for them, that though.
Absolutely. And speaking of big matches, what about this one here? Fresh from his excursion over in Japan with Noah Wrestling, LJ Cleary graces a TNT ring once again at Summer Explosion, this time against Shay Monet, who had a fantastic victory over Tristan Archer back in June. This is going to be a big match for both individuals. And like I say, Shay Monet with a point to prove over LJ Cleary, who's been making his name and cutting his teeth over in Japan.
Yeah, obviously LJ's been amazing over at Noah, been keeping track of his progress over there. I noticed that he was working alongside Anthony Green, someone who's also been at TNT in the past. And, brilliant wrestler, LJ Cleary. I'm so glad that we were able to sort out that deal with Progress and Noah to send him over there and for him to work in Japan. That's a great experience for him. And also, looking forward to seeing how he gets on now returning to the UK. And he could run into problems, though, because he's facing Shay Monet, who is somebody who is, still one of the best in TNT and was the TNT champion for a very short while and is making their way back to that position, working their way back up the roster. So, LJ could be in trouble there against Shay Monet, but that is definitely going to be an interesting match against two of the biggest characters in professional wrestling in the UK.
Absolutely. And speaking of big matches, this one here for the TNT Tag Team Championships, two of the very best tag teams in the UK. And Act 2 will be let's say, going for gold, they'll be in a TNT ring going for Lycos Gym's TNT Tag Team Championships. And I highly rate both of these two tag teams. I've said many, many times before when I've hosted these sort of shows with you in the past, tag team wrestling is my jam, Mike. And this one all day long is my cup of tea.
Yeah, Act 2. Brilliant tag team, been working their way up through the scene for a long time now. Jack Knudsen and Benjamin Harland.
Yeah.
Another team I've managed randomly at Atomic as well. But against Lycos Gym, my only concern for the Lycos guys is that they are in that absolute battle at Outrage earlier on in the day. Will they still have enough energy to fend off the attack from Act 2, who are going to be desperate to wrestle away those TNT tag team titles away from Lycos Gym? That is going to be an absolute banger of a match. I know that for sure. And let's just hope that, Lycos don't pick up any injuries or anything earlier on in the day. And I've got enough energy to face off against Act 2 there. It's going to be a tough one, that for sure.
You bring up a very interesting point, because we spoke to RPD earlier, and that six-man tag, and obviously the mystery new partner of Temple of Malum. Like I say, we did ask RPD about Lycos Gym, but you bring up a very, very good point that they will have been through the ringer against not just Rob Drake and Isaac North and the mystery partner, but what sort of shape, what sort of condition are they going to be when they face a very fresh and enthusiastic and one of the best tag teams in Act 2 later on in the evening. So that could be a good one. And like I say, that earlier match could play to the advantage of Act 2. We will have to see. But let's talk about this one here. We spoke a bit about man like Darius earlier on. He's got a match at Ignition earlier on in the day against Rio. And then in the evening, he'll be defending his TNT Ultra X Championship against Senza Volta, somebody that we know very well in a TNT ring. But it looks like man like Darius is going to have his hands full. And like I say, this is an Ultra X Championship match. These matches are normally fast-paced, frantic, and like I say, you blink and you miss it. With these two individuals, two of the very best, fastest individuals on the scene, this match is going to be awesome.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. And both obviously have matches earlier on in the day, but these guys are absolute top-level pro wrestlers who wrestle all around the world. They're going to have the energy, to put on an absolute banger here, and it's going to be something special. Senza Volta versus Darius for the Ultra X Championship. It's just excitement personified, Jonas, and it's going to be an amazing matchup. Darius, he's never let the fans down, and Senza Volta is so entertaining. It's just going to be absolutely class. It's going to be high flying. It's going to be fast paced. It's going to be exactly what it says on the tin. July 27th, Saturday evening. This one's going to be something really special, and they will show you what the X in Ultra X stands for on this one.
That's it. The Fusion in Liverpool is where you need to be if you haven't done so already. What are you playing at? Go to skiddle.com and get your tickets right now. I'll be there. Mike will be there. It'll be a fantastic day of action. You can get your tickets for TNT Ignition Outrage and TNT Extreme Wrestling with Summer Explosion in the evening. But man, oh man, you've got to be there. And if you're watching live, once again, thank you so much for tuning in live on TNT's Facebook and YouTube channels. Get in touch with the show. There's still time to get in touch with the show. Tell us what matches you're looking forward to. Give us some of your outcomes. Just do a bit of fantasy booking here. Or if you've got any questions for our next guest, Lucy Sky, very, very soon, get your questions in. But we're going to have to talk about a couple more individuals, Mike. Let's talk about... Did you see that? It's happened again, Mike. I'm really worried about this. Usually these streams go plain sailing, my friend, but I'm actually quite nervous. Everything all right where you are?
I saw something pop up then, Jonas, but no idea what it was, but it looked like a QR code or something. But I mean, very, very strange.
We're getting some interference, and I can only apologise to your TNT fans that are watching at home. And it's got me a little bit shook, but we must continue, Mike. And I was going to say before we got interrupted by whatever happened there, we will have an appearance from Emerson Jane. She will be set to appear at Summer Explosion, as will Drew Parker. And these two individuals, Emerson Jane and Drew Parker, had huge involvements over the June weekend, the 10th anniversary weekend for TNT, and especially at the Ignition shows and the Thrill Kill tournament Mike, you were there. You saw it up close and personal. You saw the return of Drew Parker to professional wrestling, to British wrestling, and to a TNT ring. And that match on night one against Emerson Jane. And like I say, these two were involved and intertwined throughout the whole 2 days. But what do you remember, my friend, with Drew Parker and Emerson Jane?
Yeah, you're right, Jonas. There was certainly animosity between the two of them, and they put on some brutal wrestling. And as well, it was actually Emerson Jane who possibly cost Drew Parker the win in the Thrill Kill tournament when it came down to that final few moments. And just as Drew was about to take off from the top rope, Emerson was there and held onto his leg, and that was what led to B.A. Rose managing to pick up that massive victory at Thrill Kill. And, Emerson Jane and Drew Parker, I think there's still some beef there. And I know I've heard Emerson had picked up a bit of a knock to her ankle, so she's set to appear. But as well, it does say Drew Parker is going to be in action, so we'll have to see what happens there. Very interesting times. And I'm sure Emerson Jane will have words to be said to Drew Parker if she catches him about the place at the weekend, for sure.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's still time to get in touch with the show, and there's still time to get your tickets. Skiddle.com is where you need to be heading, and you can be witnessing this match here for the TNT Women's Championship. Reigning defending champion Lizzie Evo versus Ali Catch. And we've spoken a bit about Ali Catch, and she's going to be involved in action in the Ignition show, and of course the Extreme VIP earlier in the evening as part of Bussy. But going up against Lizzie Evo for the Women's Championship. Two big individuals, two big stars on the women's scene. And Lizzie Evo, she's achieved everything in a TNT ring. But I'd say she's going to have her hands full with Ali Catch on Saturday.
Definitely. The Scouse goddess, the liver bird, Lizzie Evo. She has been the absolute heart and soul of TNT Extreme Wrestling in Liverpool. Absolutely brilliant competitor. She's put it all on the line, numerous occasions. Some of the greatest matches we've had at TNT have been Lizzie Evo taking on Alexis Falcon in the past in numerous bouts. And of course, even tagging with Harley Hudson more recently as Scouse and Proud as the TNT Women's Tag Team Champions have just been absolutely amazing. But Ali Catch, as I said, is just an absolute another level of superstar as well. And that's the type of person Lizzie's been facing all this year. She's been taking on the likes of Mickie James and other competitors like that. Even at North last week, we saw her in action against superstars from Japan. And now she's going to be taking on Ali Catch. She's facing off against the best females on the planet, and Ali Catch is certainly one of them. And it's going to be just an absolute summer explosion, that one, because literally that is going to be one of the best matches that you could possibly have on the planet at the moment with these two absolutely talented individuals. So yeah, so excited for that one. It's going to be brilliant, Jonas. And I think the home field advantage though has got to go to Lizzie Evo in her own backyard, right in Liverpool, a Fusion nightclub on Saturday. It's going to be a brilliant match, though. Absolutely brilliant. Looking forward to that one.
Absolutely. And so we've had Charles again. I think he's referring to the little glitches that keep coming up on screen. It looks like I just want to apologise for the interference there. I can't explain what's going on. I've checked all my cables. Everything's connected properly. I've got good Wi-Fi. But hopefully we won't see that again, or at least we'll get to the bottom of it. Charlie Crothers again. Hell of a rematch from the 2022 GCW and TNT Weekender. I'm assuming he's referring to Lizzie versus Ali Catch there.
That's right, mate. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. The last match they had, and this is going to be, something else with the gold on the line. It's going to be very, very special. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Charlie. And we got Anna watching us live at home via YouTube. It was definitely a QR code. I can't tell you where it's taken you, but I'm sure we'll find out. Maybe stay tuned to TNT socials and you'll find out more. But thank you so much to Charlie, Liam, Richie, and Anna for watching. And keep sending in your questions. Let's talk about this one here. We spoke about Thrill Kill that end of June, and of course the eventual winner was B.A. Rose, and he is cashing in, dare I say it, on Big Effing Joe for the TNT World Extreme Championship this coming Saturday at Summer Explosion. These two guys, I mean, this is just described as a death match, and I think that's all it needs to be described as, Mike. These guys are going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, and maybe some barbed wire and some glass at one another on Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely crazy. That one, ring crew are going to have to be on top form. And of course, I actually think this one could take the record as being the most violent match that's ever going to appear on Demand Progress Plus, because obviously this whole show and both shows are going to be on Demand Progress Plus in a couple of weeks' time. Some of TNT shows have just been uploaded this week as well that you need to check out. Make sure to go and watch those. But this matchup itself, B.A. Rose, obviously the winner of Thrill Kill. He was absolutely amazing in that. And, I know Veronica alluded to that video before where he's butchering his opponents. That was absolutely brutal. And that's what goes on in this guy's head all the time. And he's now getting his opportunity to face Big Effing Joe. One of the sickest competitors on the planet. Deathmatch wrestler. He's won the Tournament of Death. He's won the TNT Extreme Championship. He's won DOA. This is the absolute deathmatch man at the moment. And B.A. Rose just wants that title away from him. And he will do anything, to win that from him. And that could be one of the most brutal and violent matches you're ever going to see on these shores. Looking forward to it. It's going to be absolutely violent personified, that one.
Absolutely. Let's talk about one of the big matches of the weekend, and one of the big talking points of Summer Explosion, and another death match, Casey versus Lucy Sky. And Casey will be defending her TNT Ignition Women's Championship against Lucy Sky. And there's a storied rivalry between these two. And we got a little bit of a video package just to recap. Let's find out, before we introduce our next guest, how we got to this match.
The challenger fighting out of Wigan.
Winning it from Lucy Sky. Oh! Oh! Belt shot in front of the ref.
Casey, don't think you can walk out just like that. You're on set using weapons. You want to cheat. You want to get matches. Well, guess what? I want one more chance to get my TNT Ignition belt back. And I don't want to know you two. I don't want a hardcore match. You want to play extreme? Let's get it to extreme to death match.
What?
I'll see you there.
Wait, oh!
I'm the mother of chaos. You're going nowhere. Listen, don't you get it? There's a reason why I'm the champion. There's a reason why I am the mother of chaos. I live in it, I relish it, I breathe it, I do everything to control it. Which is why, Lucy, other people may have tried to kill me in the past in death matches, but who still got up and walked away? Me! Lucy, you've just signed your death warrant. I'll see you on July 27th. And I'll see you on the 28th when I'm burning 6 feet up.
Mike, I don't think we should leave our guests waiting any longer. Let's introduce the #1 contender and former TNT Ignition Women's Lucy Sky. Lucy, thank you so much for joining us on Barbed Wire episode 2. Great to see you, but I've got to ask you straight off the bat. You saw the hype video there. We alluded to your storied rivalry with Casey that stretched back a number of months now from when she first took the championship from you, from your last match when she, effectively beat you around the head with the belt. You won by DQ, but it was only a moral victory. And now we're only a few days away from that death match where you could potentially become a 2-time Ignition Women's Champion and regain the gold that some say you shouldn't have lost. How are you feeling?
Honestly, what have I got myself into? No, I'm joking. No, I'm really looking forward to it. It's been building for months, and it's been built to a death match. Now I've no experience in death matches, so I'm going in there with the no experience. Casey's got experience in death matches, but we'll see. We'll see.
Let me ask you then, with that in mind, and you said openly you've got no experience of death matches. Have you trained or prepared any differently to the way you usually would, knowing what sort of a match you're going to have on Saturday?
I've more mentally prepared myself. Physically, I guess it's just the same, but you have to be mentally more prepared for a death match, I'm guessing. You know, obviously being a part of TNT for so many years, I've seen all the crazy death matches. I've always wanted a death match. So if it wasn't for TNT putting on these death match shows, then I guess I wouldn't have ever got one anyway. So yeah, I'm mentally prepared. I'm physically prepared. We're only a few days away now. So
good. Mike, do you have any questions for our special guest, Lucy Sky?
Always. Well, Wigan's own Lucy Sky, the master of the wig, wham, bam. Obviously, somebody who I've worked with since probably one of her very first matches back at Wrestle Island almost 8 years ago. It's been absolutely amazing to see her work her way through the roster and work so hard in the gym and honing her abilities as a professional wrestler, doing so well, picking up these titles. But Lucy, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm concerned for this. You're playing into Casey's hands here, having a death match. I know you're angry with what she's done. I know you want your title back, but I just don't know if death match is the way forward. Are we going to see on Saturday, is there such a thing as Lucy death match, or is this, what is going to happen?
Well, that's why you need to be there to find out. Is
Exactly.
Lucy death match gonna be a thing? Gonna have to find out.
Are there any weapons, any kind of toys around the ring that's kind of resonating towards you that you're quite interested in using to your benefit on Saturday?
I just want to hurt Casey as much as she's hurt me. So there's going
everything and anything.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Jonas, this is one of the toughest women in the whole world of professional wrestling. Honestly, this is I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this one. It's definitely going to be violent. I'll tell you that, Jonas. If you're a fan of deathmatch wrestling, you definitely need to see this. You've got to see it.
I've got no doubt. Let me ask you before we send you on your way. The TNT Ignition Women's Championship. You were a very proud Ignition Women's Champion until Casey took the championship from you a few months ago. What does that championship mean to you? And what would it mean to you to get it back on Saturday at Summer Explosion?
The Ignition Women's Championship meant the absolute world to me. It was the first ever championship that I've ever won in my 10 years of wrestling. So it meant absolutely everything to me. And then it just got stripped away from me. The same night I beat Millie McKenzie. I retained against Millie McKenzie, and then Casey Owens just came along and just stripped it from me. So I'm going to strip it from her, and I was the first ever TNT Ignition Women's Champion. I'm going to be the first ever 2-time Ignition Women's Champion as well.
There we go. Couldn't have said it better myself. But from myself and from Maddog, we just want to thank you so much for being a fantastic guest on Barbed Wire, and we wish you nothing but the best in your death match against Casey on Saturday. Summer Explosion.
Thank you.
Good luck Saturday.
Brilliant. What another fantastic. Mike, we've been blessed tonight. We've been blessed with 3 amazing guests, and thank you so much to Lucy Sky. And I believe, and whether it's her first or a 5th or a 10th death match, it doesn't matter. I'm a believer, and I think Lucy Sky. I think Casey's going to have the match of her life, and Lucy Sky is going to surprise Casey with what she's going to put out the bag. Like you say, she's so tough.
She needs to tap into that violent side, that crazy side, and we could see that on Saturday evening. And if we do see that, then Casey Owens' title reign could be in serious jeopardy at the weekend. So yeah, exciting times. You've got to be there. Get your tickets now. You do not want to miss Summer Explosion and, of course, TNT Ignition Outrage. Bring all the family to Outrage on Saturday afternoon, and then bring the violence to TNT Extreme Summer Explosion on the Saturday night. Cannot wait. What's this?
I've got Jay on the phone, Jay Apter. But give us a second. Hold on.
What is Jay?
Jay, you okay? Yeah. I know. I don't know what these little things are that keep popping up, these little glitches. you've sent me the file. I've got the file. There's a video. You've given us permission to show this. All right, okay. As long as you're sure. Thanks, Jay. Cheers. The boss, the main man, he said that we can play the full video, and he's just sent me this picture. The footage we're about to show came through on that USB stick in that bloody envelope. Hello, TNT. Mike, I've got no idea, but I've just received the file. Let me just quickly download it here. Here we go, folks.
I'm not sure we should be showing this.
Neither me or Mike are responsible for what you're about to see. Here we go. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous. I thought it was kind of interference, but somebody was tapping into the stream earlier, and now we've just seen the full video. I can only say, if you were disturbed, we apologise, but stay tuned to TNT socials to find out more. Any clue what that was all about, Mike? I must admit, I'm a bit shaken at that.
Absolutely concerned by that, and also the fact that somebody has been at the Claw training facility where some of our young TNT wrestlers are training. Obviously, Dean Allmark, the head coach there, and Lizzie Evo coaches there as well. And even Rio's been coaching there as well. But to know that there's somebody prowling around there who has these abilities to hack into your feed and is filming things like that and putting these messages out there, I'm very concerned. And a message written in blood sent to Jay Apter, I think that's possibly going a little bit too far. Whoever this is obviously somebody who needs to be taken to some sort of health facility, to be fair, because it's...
I'm sure you'll find out more. Just stay tuned to TNT socials. We've got one more match to talk about, and that's this one here. Tate Mayfair's, the current TNT World Champion, takes on Effie. And we did have a few words sent to us by Effie, and some words directly to your TNT World Champion, Tate Mayfair's. Here is Effie and the message that he sent us for our audience. Here we go.
This Saturday, Effie returns to TNT Extreme in Liverpool. And early in the afternoon, I have a wonderful tag match with FTM alongside Alley Catch, my partner in Bussy. But that night, I thought I made myself clear, but I guess I wasn't particular enough for someone as smart as Tate Mayfair's. Tate, you got through your Danish title defense. You've got the TNT World Extreme Championship. You've gone all over the world. And usually, I come to Liverpool, I have a good time, I have fun. But after seeing you screw over Che Monet, after seeing your reign of terror, I'm doing something about it. So Saturday night, put the belt on the line against Effie. Find out, Tate, if you can really, really predict your own future. And then see what I have in store for you. Let's have a title match. Don't I deserve it? I'm Effie. I deserve everything. Give it to me, Tate. Or are you too scared of me? Are you scared?
There we go. He is Effie, and he does deserve everything. But as he said, Mike, Tate Mayfair's, is he scared? Is he scared?
I don't think Mayfair's will be scared. I think Mayfair's is a better athlete than a lot of people give him credit for. He's, somebody who studies professional wrestling very carefully. I've watched him in his matches myself, and, this is a person who's very calculated. He's taken the belt to Uganda, to Belgium, to Denmark, all over the place representing TNT. He is a proud champion, as much as he might be a bit of a scoundrel, a scumbag. He is somebody who stole the title from Che Monet and has acted unprofessionally in matches with, you know, people like Joseph Connors and Shaman A, as mentioned previously. But he is a fighting champion, and I think he would do anything he could to keep hold of his championship. Effie, absolutely worthy contender, worldwide superstar. I've seen Effie have some absolutely amazing matches, and recently I've seen Effie has been working so hard in the gym, has increased dramatically in muscle mass and size, and is somebody who's obviously, you know, just an absolute student of the game. Listening to Effie's Q&A in Liverpool last year, some of the stuff Effie's done is absolutely amazing. But when it comes down to it, in Liverpool on Saturday night at Summer Explosion, Effie and Tate Mayfair's, it's going to be combustible. It is going to be wild. And, you know, it will be very exciting to find out who comes out on top in that one, because both of these guys on their day can be one of the best in the world. So let's see who it is on this occasion.
Absolutely. And as we start to wrap things up, you need to get your tickets, not just for the wonderful matches that we've gone through for Summer Explosion, but Eddie Mack will be there performing his new track, Scouts Like This. So that's going to be fantastic. And another reason why you should be going to skiddle.com today to get your tickets for Summer Explosion and for TNT Ignition Outrage as well. But before we wrap up, just a couple of quick things. You will see some brand new TNT merchandise on the merch stands. If you go to any of these shows, get them sweet T-shirts from the merch stand. You can pre-order them as well by going through TNT socials, and there's also a bundle package there as well. And you might see some new ring canvases pop up, certainly for the Ignition shows there. And I think if you look there, I think I can see bottom left-hand corner, certain Wrestling with John's logo there. So that's pretty cool. But there's also going to be a TNT Extreme canvas on display very, very soon. And there's an opportunity for you to have your name along the outside of the TNT Extreme ring canvas. And you've got the Major Wrestling Figure podcast logo there as well as so many other fantastic companies and like I say, brands that are part of TNT Extreme and are also going to be on that Extreme canvas. And you can have your name on the outside of that canvas. Get in touch with TNT socials now to be a part of that. But Mike, it's been a blast. I'm all out of breath. I'm excited. I'm slightly shaken by the glitch videos we've seen. We have 3 fantastic guests, RPD and Lucy Sky and Veronica Salt. But it's been a wonderful episode, and just want to thank everybody at home for watching. And go to skiddle.com, get your tickets, be there. The Fusion, Saturday the 27th. For Ignition Outrage and for TNT Extreme Summer Explosion. But any final words from you, my friend, as to why they should be there and to see you in your amazing suits?
Oh, mate, it's just been an absolute pleasure and honor as always to join you on this. You've done an amazing job of putting this show together as well. Apologies again about the glitches. I'm not sure what happened there with the hacking, but I will investigate that over the weekend. And I'd just like to thank all our TNT fans, anyone who's watched and joined in this evening and got involved. Feel free to spread the word and send myself and John as any videos and photos you want from the shows over the weekend, and we'll do our best to feature those in our next show, episode 3, which when we do a roundup of these shows in a couple of weeks' time. Thanks, as always, for watching. And if you're there at the weekend, make sure to come and say hello to me and Johners. Come and get any photos, autographs you want. Come and have a chat, have a catch-up about TNT. And we just look forward to welcoming you in Fusion Nightclub on Saturday. Cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. Thanks, everybody.
We'll see you there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you very soon, hopefully, for another live Barbed Wire.